With Halloween just around the corner, we're going to make something really fun for children, and these are Halloween DingBat cookies. So let's get on with the ingredients. A little bit of your favorite frosting. I'm using an almond buttercream frosting. That recipe is on my channel. That's a Wilton recipe. A cookie cutter, a couple of piping tips. I also have a little piece of drinking straw, white fondant, black fondant, and also some little chocolate cookies. Now I'm using a recipe that I have on my channel, so if you want to see how these are made, you can check my channel for that. I'll put the description for all of these things in the description box below the video. So let's get started. The first thing I want to do is create the bat wings. And I'm going to take my cookie cutter and I'm going to cut very gently a little slice out like that, and then a little slice just to make it even like that. So there's one wing. And these cookies are not super crisp, and that's why I like them, because they don't crack when you cut into them with the cookie cutter. So there we have our two little wings. The next thing, we're going to assemble our cookies, so get a little bit of your favorite frosting and get it onto the back of one of your cookies. Then grab your wings and just line them up in the middle. Give them a little squeeze, and that frosting holds really well, just like that. I'm going to grab the upper cookie now. A little bit more frosting on there. And then get it right on top and give it a little bit of a press, and that'll lock it in really nicely. So there's the first part of our little DingBat cookie. And you can see that it's starting to look like a bat, a little Halloween bat. So that's good so far. Now we're going to start on our little eyes made out of fondant. So for our next step, I'm going to grab the white fondant. I'm just going to play with it in my hands. I just want to get a little bit of heat into that, and then we'll just simply roll that out. As thick or as thin as you wish. And if it sticks to your board, you can use a little bit of icing sugar so that it doesn't stick, but I'm fine just like that. Maybe a little bit thinner. Okay, that's good. So I'll grab one of my piping tips, and I will create the first eye. And the idea is to have eyes of different sizes. So I'm going to use a little skewer just to pop out my first little eye. There's our first one. Then I'll make another eye of a different shape. And pop that one out. And now it's time for our black fondant. So I'll get that out of the way. Grab the black one. I'm just going to get this heated up a little bit in my hands. So just roll it around in your hands, give it a little squish, whatever you need to do. Just get some heat in there. Roll it like a snowball. And then we'll roll that one out. Perfect. Okay, so two ways of making the black. I have a small piping tip here. This is a Wilton number 9, and I'll just show you one way to do it. So get that in there. Grab a skewer, anything that you have handy that can get in there, and then just pop that out. There's number 1. So here's the other way. I have a little drinking straw that I just cut down in size, and you can just push that onto the fondant. And then grab your little skewer again, and then you can just push that right down onto your eye. So now I'm going to make another black eye for the larger one. So this is slightly larger. I'll get that in there. And we can pop that out right on top. And just stick it in. It'll actually just stick to the other fondant. You can just tap it in there. If you don't want to put icing underneath, you just tap it on and it sticks really well. So there we've got the two eyes. Grab a little bit of your icing and get it onto the back of your first eye. And then just place it wherever you wish. little bit of icing for eye number 2. Very, very tiny. And then just place that in a different spot. And there we have it. Isn't that cute? So there's a second one. So I'll do one more, and what I'm going to do now is I'm going to zoom in quite a bit so that you can actually really see me doing it, because I'm looking at the camera here as I'm doing this and I can see that I'm still pretty far away, and that dot is so small on the camera. So I will zoom in and I'll do the whole process one more time. Extreme close-up. Here we go. We'll get a little bit of our beautiful buttercream. I'm going to grab the first cookie and apply that to the cookie. So I'll just do that over here. Well, here we are. I'm very close, so I have to remember to stay on camera here. So there's number 1. Grab my cookie cutter. I'll grab my cookie cutter. Where are we? Here. Yep. I'll just move that out of the way. So I'm going to cut out my first wing. So a little gentle push. There's wing number 1. Grab another cookie. And there's wing number 2. We'll get our wings on here. Give them a nice little push. I can really feel that buttercream is just locking that in there. That's nice. The upper cookie now needs a little bit of, icing. So we'll get that on there as well. Then I'm going to grab the top. Try to center it on there. Nice gentle push. And look at that. Okay, so that's the first portion again. So now let's make our eyes. I just want to clean off my area here. So the white first. My piping tip. Eye number 1. Okay. Eye number 2. And I'll remove this now. And then the pupil. The inner portion of the eye. So there's number 1. We'll put him right on there. And then the larger piping tip for the larger eye. And this here is a Wilton 2A, by the way, that I'm using. Grab my little metal skewer and just give it a little push. I can push it right on there. And then just maneuver it into position. Perfect. And then to apply them, grab a little bit of icing on the end of a skewer or the end of a spoon, just a little bit, because you don't want it overlapping the, you don't want it coming out so where you can actually see it around the eyeball. And then just take it and place it. That looks really nice. And our last eye. Obviously these are more fun for children. You're not going to see too many adults making these, but if you've got children, they're really fun. And you can offset the eyeball. You don't have to have them on the same plane. That one there is giving me a little bit of problem. Just give it a little push and lock it in. That one too. And there we go. If you've got different colors of fondant, you could change this to an orange, which would be kind of cool too. But I like the the white and black. It just makes a really nice contrast. So there it is. My really cute Halloween DingBat cookies. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time.
Happy Halloween!